Human trafficking is an issue that knows no borders. It can affect anyone, anywhere. Here in the U.S., January is National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. First News at 9's Leanne Stapleton tells us why this topic is important to be aware of.
The chance of someone falling victim to a human trafficking scheme is greater than most people realize.
The trafficker has identified a weakness in them, and so they have exploited that weakness. And so for any of us, we can think, what is a vulnerability or weakness that I have?
That's why Kat Morgan with Fierce Freedom wants people to adjust their thinking about human trafficking.
So we really want people to not buy into the wrong definition, because if you're looking for what you think it is over here, and you're like, okay, I know what this looks like, you're going to miss what it actually is looking like when it's right in front of you.
Morgan says there are no limits on who can be targeted.
But we've seen people from ages, 4 years old being trafficked to someone who's older.
Another misconception, trafficking is a face-to-face crime based on easy money.
Money doesn't have to be exchanged for trafficking to occur. It can be drugs, the use of a car, it could be social media clout, likes and attention and things like that.
Morgan warns it's happening everywhere.
It happens in rural areas where there isn't a lot of reporting that goes on. A lot of it happens online.
With Eau Claire nestled in between Minneapolis and Chicago, City Council President Terry Weld says the Chippewa Valley isn't exempt.
There's opportunity there where people are coming from those larger metropolitan areas and being forced to more or less modern day slavery.
For the past few years, Weld says Eau Claire has put out a proclamation to stand against trafficking.
To just continue to bring awareness to the community, to the individuals that have experienced it, showing compassion to them, and recognizing their pain.
An important step in ending the cycle of entrapment, says Morgan.
When somebody is in the life of trafficking, the average amount of times that they will attempt to leave and they kind of keep going back to it is 7. So even if someone you can't really pull someone out of trafficking and rescue them, that's really not the case.
Morgan says as long as there's people willing to pay, others will continue to suffer.
We believe that probably the biggest reason that trafficking exists and continues and grows is that people are buying it. If you think about any product, if someone would stop buying it, they'll take it off the shelf. They're not going to sell something people aren't purchasing.
That's why Fierce Freedom is working to put the product of people off the market. In Altoona, Leanne Stapleton, First News at 9.
Weld says the proclamation against human trafficking will be presented Tuesday during the Eau Claire City Council meeting. For more information and to find out how to report human trafficking, you can head to our website. Fierce Freedom will be presenting a film at the end of the month to educate people and bring more awareness to the issue. It's called The Real Faces of Human Trafficking. It will share the experiences of someone who was trafficked and someone who paid for it. The film premieres on the 27th at the Mabel Tainter Theater in Menominee at 6:30.